boys and girls. As you can see, I'm not in my big rig chair. I'm actually in my magic studio today. But I'm not here to do magic today, and I'm not here to show you the Willy Wombat. I'm here just to talk to you. Boys and girls, it's almost Christmas. And it's a wonderful time of the year. It's a time of the year when people have all the families around and they have lots of food, and Santa comes, the children get presents. Isn't that wonderful? What a wonderful time of the year. And you know, you get so excited. I remember when I was a little boy, I used to get so excited at Christmas, on Christmas Eve, and I couldn't sleep. And I think I once told you a story on one of my shows, and if it hasn't been on yet, it will come on before Christmas. And that is that when I was about, I think I was around 8 years of age, and we lived in England, and we had an upstairs downstairs house, and so the bedrooms were upstairs, and my bedroom was facing over the road. And we just finished school for the Christmas period, and the children said to me before I left on the last day, because I mentioned Santa Claus. He says there's no such thing as Santa Claus, and I said of course there is. There's no such thing as Santa Claus, and I believed them. And I went home. I was really unhappy. I was really, really unhappy because they told me that there's no such person as Santa Claus. And that night we sat down, we had dinner as a family, as we always did. And it was just before I went to bed. I'm looking at all the Christmas cards. My mother used to hang all the Christmas cards around the walls, and I'm looking at them. And just about all of them had a picture of Santa on. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if there's no such person as Santa Claus, how come his picture's on all these Christmas cards? How come you see him on the television? And I couldn't work that out, but I was really unhappy. I thought, no, my friends are always right. I have to believe my friends. And I went to bed, and I was really, really unhappy. And then it was about, I couldn't really sleep, and I suppose well, to be honest, I think I was crying too, and because I believed in Santa for all these years, and then I just couldn't sleep. So about 2 o'clock in the morning, I got up and I went to my window and I opened the window, and my window faces the road. I could see right up the street. There's houses on both sides, and the snow was coming down, and everything was white, a beautiful white with the snow. And I looked down the street, and I'm feeling really sad, and I looked up the street and I saw something move, and I thought, what's that? And it was something red, and this is a true story. And as I looked, I saw Santa, and it comes from one house, it crosses the street to go to another house. I'll tell you something, boys and girls, I don't think my feet touched the ground. I was in bed that fast, and I fell asleep straight away. And after that I went to school. I said to our friends, you were wrong, I saw Santa. But I'm not here to say whether Santa exists or whether he doesn't exist. That's what happened to me. What I'm here for, boys and girls, is to ask you to do something for old Tom. You know, Christmas time is a wonderful time, but for some boys and girls it's a really sad time, because some boys and girls out there, they're living with the families, and the dad hasn't been working, he's lost his job, or he's had an accident, he can't work, and they don't have any money. That's right, they don't have any money. And you know, and even Santa, I mean, what does he bring? One present? All the rest come from other people, don't they, normally? And also there's children in children's homes that have got no mums and dads, and they've got no one to sit them on the knee or give them a hug when they're hurting. And I ever since I started entertaining boys and girls, which was many, many years ago, I think I started when I was 17. And every time I went to a different town, I'd visit the hospitals. And then I had an idea. I thought, I know, over the year, I'm going to collect as many presents as I can. I'm going to buy as many presents as I can. And at Christmas time, I would dress up as Santa. I'd dress up as Santa. And I'd go visit some of these poor families. Or families where they've got a really sick child. And I'd go to children's homes and hospitals, and I'd give them all gifts. And all the gifts would say, it's from Santa. And I want you to do something for me. I want you to do something similar. If you've got any toys that you don't play with anymore, and they're good toys, they must be clean, they must have all the pieces. If it's a game, you must have all the pieces, and you must have the box. I want you to sort them out. It doesn't just leave them in a cupboard. I want you to sort them out. And I want you to make sure all the pieces are together, I say, and they're in the box, and the box is clean, or whatever they come in. And I want you to wrap them up. And I want you to go and give them to one of the local charities to give out to the poor children. Because those poor children, boys and girls, some of them, they may only get one present. But this way, we're going to make sure, and you can help this, you can make sure they have a really, really wonderful Christmas. But wouldn't that be a nice thing to do? So I want you to do that for me. I'm asking you to do that. Sort all your toys out, any toys that you're finished with, you know, you're going to get a lot more for Christmas, so any toys that you're finished with or you don't play with very much, make sure they're clean. If they go in, if it's a game and they're in a box, make sure the box is clean, it isn't torn. And I want you to make sure it's nice and clean, wrap it up and go and give it to one of the charities and so they can deliver it to the boys and girls, either in children's homes or the boys and girls who've got mums and dads who are not working and can't afford to buy them anything. Would you please do that for me? Thank you very much. Oh, you know, that's the most wonderful thing you could ever do. Boys and girls, I'm old Tom, and I want you to have the best Christmas in the world. And don't forget, when you wake up on Christmas morning, go down to the adults you're living with, whether it's your mum and dad or someone else, and I want you to put your arm around them and wish them a very Merry Christmas. Boys and girls, I want you to have the best Christmas ever. And if you do what I say, it'll make you feel really good. And let's make sure everyone has a nice Christmas. Boys and girls, have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll see you on the next show. Bye-bye, everyone. Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas.